what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Blu-ray collection update. It's been a while.
Last time I looked, it was 4 months.
4 months. We've both accumulated quite a few titles, all sorts of stuff, horror. We got some 4Ks and a lot of stuff.
Special editions.
Yeah, some Arrow video in there. So strap in, get yourself a nice beverage, nice beer or vitamin water, whatever you might like.
Sponsored by.
Yeah, let's do it. This is another Blu-ray collection update. Here we go. Wow, starting off with a real banger.
Actually, I should probably start out with the good
something. Start with something good.
Yeah, start with the big thing.
There we go.
All right, so as you'll see momentarily, Seth decided to pick up a big set. So I did the same.
Yeah.
Different quality of films, I would say.
Yes, the quality of mine are way better.
But the set came out, I think, earlier this year. It is the Columbia Pictures 4K Ultra...
That thing's fresh, man.
4K Ultra HD Collection, Volume 1. So I suspect that perhaps they'll put out more at some point.
What did you pay for that, if you don't mind me asking?
I paid $90 for this.
Okay.
Which was the best price at the time. I think it's still kind of lingering around there. But I know it is limited, so being the psychopath I am, I just jumped on it while I had the chance.
The thing's nice, man.
Yes, and it has all films that I enjoy, different levels of enjoyment. So you've got Jerry Maguire, League of Their Own, Gandhi, which I don't know if it has an American Blu-ray release.
Yeah, better carve out 4 hours of your day for that one.
Speaking of Lawrence of Arabia, Dr. Strangelove, and then Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. So, yeah, just a collection of, I guess, great Columbia Pictures films.
I feel like you should get more, but, oh, fuck, that thing's nice.
So you open
That's what you're paying for.
Yeah,
right
you
there.
open it up, and you get 3 films on each side. Actually, 3 films on each side, as well as a booklet. Each one comes with a shit ton of special features, so it's kind of worth it if you enjoy these films or film in general. Pretty excited to delve into this. Like I said, there's some great stuff in here.
Yeah, that's a nice collection.
And I'm curious to see what they would do with a Volume 2. I know that Taxi Driver is a Columbia film.
Well, now you're going to have to get them all, so...
Ugh, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, happy to own this. Pretty penny, but it's a really beautiful set.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, my turn. Mine is horror related. I'm sure a lot of you Blu-ray collectors have seen a lot of this.
I would say horrible related.
Whatever, we can get into that. This is the Friday the 13th collection, the deluxe edition from Scream Factory. Really nice box set.
That is slick.
Yeah, you get all the movies here on Blu-ray. Bunch of bonus features. I wanted to get this to go alongside my Halloween set, to be honest. I just thought it would be a nice display piece. I was never the biggest fan of Friday the 13th. I've only seen, really before I got this, I'd only seen the first one and just bits and pieces of some of the sequels. So I wanted to get this, kind of make it a thing this past October to go through them. And I did. Got through it, a pretty decent amount of time.
None of them are really long.
No, they're easy watches. You get to a point, though, when the quality really starts to drop off. I gotta say, the first few I really enjoyed, and I think Part 6, Jason Lives, was really good. But there's some clunkers in here for sure. Jason X is borderline unwatchable for me. Just,
I'm surprised how much you liked it. I figured it would... Is that because you have the set, or because you actually enjoyed them?
No, I made sure to sit down and watch them and not be influenced by the fact that I, paid $100 for them. But a lot of them were fun. I'm happy I picked it up. And, next year rolls around, I don't think I'll be going through all these again. But there's definitely 4 real good watchable films in here for me, at least, as a slasher fan. So, really nice set from Scream Factory. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I know a lot of people are getting ones that were kind of beat up and some manufacturing defects, but I got a pretty nice copy from Amazon. So, that is Friday the 13th, the Ultimate Deluxe Collection Blu-ray.
So, I don't know about you.
You all right there, buddy?
So I don't know about you, but I'm trying to expand upon my musical
concert films.
You don't really see those out in the wild very often.
I've always been someone that buys them. If there's something like a band that I love puts out a Blu-ray concert, I usually buy it the first day it comes out. So.
Yeah. So I haven't really seen many I've come across that I wanted to pick up, but there was one that was about $5 on Blu-ray.com a couple months ago. I was like, I love this band. I'll check it out. And it is the Fall Out Boy Boys of Summer. Yeah.
Cool.
It's in a little... It's in a...
Looks like a CD.
A CD. Yeah. I mean, I love the band. The only gripe I would say I have with this is they play a lot of the newer stuff, which is not...
Right.
I'm not into that. I'm way more into the punk stuff they did back in the Under the Cork Tree days. But I was happy to get this.
Punk. They were punk.
Whatever you want to call it. Pop punk.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. Pop punk. Sugar, we're going down.
Yeah, I get you.
But, yeah, it's nice to come home from work and not have to mentally strain yourself.
Right.
Just put in a musical concert film and just kind of sit back and relax.
Yeah, and that's something you'll watch again at some point. You just pop it in, and they're easy watches.
Definitely. But I want to be on the lookout for some more. I know that. Is there any sort of physical release for Stop Making Sense?
I don't think there is. There needs to be for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There's probably like an old DVD or something, but there needs to be like a Criterion release.
It's on YouTube. I know that for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah. Happy to get this. How's your Dave Matthews Band one?
Haven't watched it yet, but I am a fan of concert films, and like you said, it's nice to just throw something like that on. A lot of times, like if you're doing something else, like if I'm cleaning or something, I'll throw one of those on, just kind of something in the background,
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay. So yeah, we're in November now. Big Halloween season just passed. Always make an effort to watch as much as I can. This is a title that I love. I just had the Bare Bones release, though. I sold that because I wanted to get this Scream Factory, but then I just could never find it for a really good price. And
seriously, it never goes down.
Yeah, it finally went on sale it dropped off a few dollars. It was still like $26 or something like that, but I had to grab it. I love this movie. That is Trick or Treat.
Nice.
And yeah, I ordered this. God, this was, I don't know, like September I got this, and it still came with a slipcover.
Shocked.
Amazon. So that's the cool thing about these on Amazon. You never know. I feel like they just have a big stack, and some of them have slipcovers. And
the slipcover makes that especially worth it.
Right. So I mean, this one goes on eBay with the slip for like $60-$70.
Jesus.
So I wasn't gonna pay that. I was just hoping to get it, and I did. I love this movie. It's really kind of taken on that sort of cult classic sort of thing, I guess. It's becoming like a Halloween favorite. You go to Spirit Halloween or any of those Halloween stores, they're almost devoting like whole sections to Sam and Trick or Treat. And it's really becoming kind of a horror icon.
I don't know where I heard it, but I know the director brought up the fact that, Christmas has a mascot,
right?
Easter has a mascot.
Yeah.
He wanted to give Halloween a sort of mascot, and that's how he created that character.
Yeah, really, I don't know. It's a fun movie. It's kind of an anthology thing with different stories that are kind of coming together, and really great Halloween vibe. I watched this twice this past year, and I've watched it every year for, I don't know, maybe like the past 5 years. So had to grab this. Got some cool stuff on it, even like the original animated kind of short film the guy made before he made the feature film. It was like his film school thing. So
that's cool.
Yeah, Trick or Treat, if you haven't seen this, highly, highly recommend it. It's a really good Halloween film.
This next one is just a regular Blu-ray release. I went to Zia probably a couple months ago, and just to see what they had going on, and they've kind of cleaned up stock a bit. They don't have much that you'd hope to find, but I did find one film I was curious about. Michael Clayton, directed by Tony Gilroy. It's got George Clooney in it, Tilda Swinton, Tom Wilkinson. One of the things that really made me curious about this is because I've heard people describe the ending as very Graduate-esque, which I will say,
those are high standards to put on a film.
It really, the tone of it is very similar. Obviously not as effective as a Graduate, but I did enjoy this a surprisingly good amount. It's like, if I were to read the synopsis of this, it would put you to sleep. It's kind of like a political thriller. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching this. George Clooney, I don't know, would you consider him a good actor?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good actor. I'm not a huge fan. I can't think of like a George Clooney movie that I love, but he's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe in my head, I've always thought that people thought of him as just like a good-looking dude that always maybe could have been better. But he's really good in this, and I've liked him and whatever. I see The Descendants is also another really good one.
I know what you mean, though. He's not really one of those guys that's talked about as like being a great actor or anything. Right. But I enjoy him when I see him. You know?
Yeah. But there's a lot of twists and turns that happen throughout this movie, and yeah, I was kind of into it from the start. The way that the story progresses, and it starts out with like a big thing, and then goes back in time, and eventually leads up to it.
Cool.
But, yeah, Michael Clayton, pretty solid film. Got it for maybe like $4.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
All right, next up, just a regular Blu-ray. God, I've been eyeing this one for a while. I just haven't really found it at a price I was comfortable with. But yeah. I don't even remember when I got this a few weeks ago what the price was. Still got some shrink wrap on it. Yeah. Call Me By Your Name. I love this movie. Came out a few years ago. I didn't expect to enjoy this as much as I did. On paper, doesn't sound like something I'd be, oh God, I can't wait to watch that. But
Come Peach?
Yeah, that was something else. But very well acted. Timothée Chalamet. Not a huge fan of his. I definitely think this is the best thing he's done. He's great in this movie. I know there's a lot of hype around him with the ladies and stuff, but whatever. Armie Hammer. He's really good in this movie, and I don't know, just I like this one a lot.
Big fan of Michael Stolberg. He's like one of those character actors that you see, but you never know his name.
He's the guy you put in your film when you can't afford Joaquin Phoenix.
I can see that.
They look like they could be, siblings or something. But love this movie a lot. Yeah, Rip River. But the ending of this film in particular, really powerful scene with Timothée Chalamet. And, if you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't watched this, highly, highly, highly recommend it. That is Call Me By Your Name.
All right, this next one was an Arrow blind buy. It is a Russian film. It is called Why Don't You Just Die?
Been dabbling in the Arrows a little bit.
Yeah. That's not a distributing company I've really, delved too deep into. But from what I've seen so far, pretty good. Just this little snippet at the back is going to tell you whether or not you may like it. Shades of early Tarantino, Edgar Wright, and Sam Raimi.
I'd watch.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing. And I would really like to not have to describe it this way, but this feels very much like a Tarantino movie.
Okay, so
not directed by Tarantino.
They were spot on with that then, that little snippet.
Pretty much. It's all done in one location. Okay. Feels very similar to Hateful Eight. So it's about this guy whose girlfriend wants him to kill her father. So he goes to meet him, and that's how it starts. He goes straight over, and from there just boils over into like a bloody, pulpy, fun little mess. I was genuinely entertained the whole way through. Not a super long film. It's only 94 minutes, and it just flies by. But it was just a massively fun time. Just beating the shit out of each other the whole time. And I wouldn't say you can't go wrong.
I'm sure somebody wouldn't like it,
Yeah.
Who knows?
But
seems like it might not be everyone's cup of tea.
Definitely not. It's a dark comedy, which I know is kind of a genre that a lot of people may not enjoy. But yeah, good time. Why Don't You Just Die? Why don't you just check this film out?
Check it out. All right. Whew, I'm giddy about this one because I love this movie. Never got a proper release.
Would you consider that a proper release?
It's Blu-ray. That's it. There's nothing on it. I was happy to finally get an HD copy of it, though. Love this movie. Private Parts. Howard Stern. This is his autobiographical story of his upbringing and the beginning of his career with WNBC and all that stuff. It's a little bit outdated now because he's been around for 30 years after this, but 25.
It was kind of different than he was back then too, right?
Yeah, this, Howard Stern now he's an older guy. It's a little more like politically correct and everything like that. But back in the day, I'm a big Stern fan. I listen to him almost every day of my life, but love this movie. It's just kind of fun to see him playing himself. Mm-hmm. It cuts back to his college years, and he's...
Is that him?
Yeah, he's obviously too old to be a college student, but they just put some... they just make him... It's very entertaining, and I genuinely think this is a good comedy. It's a good movie. I'm sure it's more appreciated if you're a fan of the show. If you don't know anything about the show, you'd probably like what's going on here. But
is it one of those things that has a lot of callbacks to stuff that fans would recognize?
Yeah, there's a lot of references to fans, and Stern always talks about his parents, and his dad's a big part of the movie, and the character of his dad. But Paul Giamatti's in this. Ooh. Great performance as this scumbag producer at WNBC that's kind of trying to control Howard. And love this movie. It's a lot of fun. If you're a fan of Stern, check this out. Private Parts. Very bare bones Blu-ray, but that's all right. Kind of catalog title thing.
Cool. All right, got some John Carpenter here.
No, John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. Anytime there's a Scream Factory that goes into somewhere between the $10 to $15 range, I'll usually...
That's a good price.
Yeah, I'll usually at least think about blind buying one.
22, 23 for some of these movies, a little bit much. I mean, I would pay that for this one, but some of them, no.
Yeah. So I decided to pick up The Fog. Tom Atkins, Jamie
Lee Curtis.
Which, rather weird relationship between her and Tom Atkins in this. But I was also excited because Janet Leigh was in this.
Yep.
Watched a few things with her lately.
Nancy Loomis is in that. You know, Annie from Halloween.
Yeah, a lot of the players from other.
Right. Carpenter.
I want to say Carpenter now.
It's John Carpenter.
I've programmed myself to say that. This is a pretty decent one. I would probably put it on the high. If there was a tier of shit and good, I'd probably put it just above shit.
Look, you can look at John Carpenter's filmography, and there's some clunkers in there for sure.
There's some N-words in there, though, too.
But, yeah, he's also made, like, a handful of really good kind of, horror movies that really have kind of shaped the genre.
Definitely.
Not that this is one of them, but this is one of his better ones.
This is more of the, not mediocre, but, like, standard. Like,
right.
It's not bad. It's not great, but I had a good time watching it. Definitely a more serious tone.
It is, yeah.
Than some of his other things.
Do you like, I know I was talking to you about this before you bought it, but do you like how you don't really get a glimpse of the ghost pirates?
Well, I mean, that's what I love about any horror film is when they show little of whatever the creature or people are.
Good at that technique. Like with Halloween, you don't see Myers really full-fledged until the end of the film, and this one, you don't really get a full glimpse of the ghosts.
Yeah. Until the very end, I guess. But yeah, it's a fun one, and I was taken by the fact there was a new interview with Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always love those new interviews, especially with like the big people involved with the film.
Right. Yeah, because a lot of times with something like that, they would have interviews from everybody else, but she would be missing,
Especially because she kind of distances herself from...
Right, and she did for sure, and it feels like now she's kind of coming back around to, she's back into the Halloween franchise, and I think she understands, the big cult following.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just something about her. She's a very charismatic sort of person, especially in that documentary that they put on the 2018 release, She Came Home, or something like that, where she goes and
finally does a horror convention.
Yeah, she's just she seems like a very genuine and personable person.
I really like the vibe to that one, though, kind of the coastal town.
Yeah,
and
it's like Jaws in a way.
Yeah,
just off that coastal town.
Like a little seaside town, and the whole lighthouse thing is really cool, and I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it was a fun one. So that's The Fog.
Well, since we're sticking with the John Carpenter theme, I also picked up Scream Factory.
Ooh, I like Karen Allen.
Yeah, this is a Scream Factory title. This is like one of those it's never really expensive. It's just kind of the middle price range, but I had never seen this movie. It dropped down to like $12 or something. I had to grab it. That is Starman, John Carpenter, Jeff Bridges, Karen Allen. Not a horror movie, a little different tone for Carpenter. Yeah, definitely. Karen Allen is living by herself. Her husband must have recently died, so she's home alone, and she's just kind of in the grieving process, I guess. And one night, something happens outside, and then someone breaks in her house, and it's Jeff Bridges, but he's an alien taking the form of her late husband. Ugh. So she's like, what is going on? It looks like her husband, but he's extraterrestrial, and it's really interesting. Really not as cheesy as it might sound from my description right there, but really well done. They kind of go on this little road trip sort of thing to get him back to where he needs to go. And
something like that, it's all about the tone. And if there's like a good, serious tone, it could be good.
There is. And your cat's about to walk right into the frame, into the shot.
Fuck you.
Anyways, though, I recommend this. Different, like I said, different for Carpenter, but I was glad to watch this. I really liked this a lot. I mean, I thought it was a really well-made sci-fi film. And it's kind of like a road trip thing. She's in the car with him, and they're kind of going cross-country, and A lot of it takes place in Arizona, so pretty cool. Starman,
Nice.
John Carpenter.
I'm gonna have to explain this next one.
Ooh.
Probably would not have checked this out normally, but I had heard that this was shot at 60 frames a second. It was
This is Ang Lee, isn't it?
Ang Lee, who's always pushing the envelope as far as film technology.
He's a weird director because he could do
Eclectic.
shit that's like borderline Masterpiece or Masterpiece, The Ice Storm, and then
Yeah.
he could do something like this and Hulk.
Ugh, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, always trying to push the envelope as far as film technology goes. But his newest film, Gemini Man, did just that. This is fucking strange to watch.
This is the de-aging thing, right? Like,
Well, not only the de-aging, but like I said, 60 frames per second. I'm going to put this in for you because I want you to see this.
does it look visibly?
It looks like you're there. It's
I'm
very
curious.
It's very strange, very bizarre. It's really fucking strange.
Yeah, it is strange.
I mean, I like it. It's just one of those.
It doesn't seem like a movie.
The film itself, I could care less about. I was mostly just kind of enthralled by the way it looked the whole time.
Was it a shitty movie?
Yeah, there's nothing like particularly good about the movie. It's your pretty standard action thriller, I guess. There is a really cool chase scene about halfway through. But other than that, like the only reason I'll probably keep this is because of the way it's shot and the way it looks.
Yeah.
Because it's so...
It's got to be a 4K spectacle for sure.
It is, definitely. It's so clean and clear, but those frames, like, they make the difference, and it feels like you're right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's just Gemini Man.
Someone's got to buy it.
Yeah.
Well, since we're sticking with the... so we're going with the theme of bad films. You know what? I'm taking that back. This is not a bad film. If you're watching it as an adult for the first time, maybe. But for kids, it's a good film. And actually, it's got some adult sort of things, and it's kind of weird.
Okay.
It's from the 80s, Little Monsters, with Fred Savage.
I prefer My Little Vampire.
No, that one sucks. This was definitely better than that.
Not a fan of Jonathan Niplicki.
No, Fred Savage. Not a fan. Did you know the human head weighs 50 pounds?
Speaking of.
Stupid shit. Anyways, Fred Savage, Howie Mandel, and a very bizarro sort of role.
Honestly, I didn't even know that guy was an actor. I
Yeah.
thought he was just a TV personality.
He plays Maurice, the monster, and Ben Savage, Boy Meets World, Fred's brother.
Yeah.
Daniel Stern is the father. Oh man, this is Devin Rattley's
It was
in
very
this.
80s schlock
It's very
by the back.
Buzz McAllister is the bully in this.
Oh, cool.
Anyways, a monster appears under Fred Savage's bed, and it's Howie Mandel, and he's kind of a smartass. And
Is he a germaphobe?
no, but there's interesting. This is a Vestron video release, and there's an interesting bonus feature on here. It's like a current interview where Howie Mandel talks about this was like a nightmare to make this because he'd have to sit in the chair every day, and I mean it's a pretty elaborate.
Well, yeah,
makeup
as
job,
you would expect for makeup.
I mean, that's got to be like a 6-hour sort of thing. I mean, that's a big process, and for a guy who's got OCD and doesn't want to be touched, and yeah,
Why would you do it?
I don't know. I mean, he kind of talks about how it was just kind of a nightmare for him, but it's not a great film. It's definitely it's a bizarre movie, really weird. I hadn't seen it in years, so it was kind of like watching it for the first time. I mean, I didn't watch this growing up a bunch. I'd seen it, but I had a good time with it, man. It's fun. If you got kids, they'll enjoy it. Like I said, there's some stuff that probably wouldn't slide in a kid's movie today. Some weird things, like, I don't know. Just some
Innuendo? Or
Well, there's this one part where, I can't remember, but like, one of the monsters pulls down Fred Savage's pants, and he's a little kid, and then one of the other monsters is like, nice ass, or something. Very strange. Fun movie, though. Good effects, good makeup, and it's a good kids movie. Good family film.
All right, so I'm really excited about this one. I've been waiting for a Blu-ray for a while. Like, if I had to make a list of things that I wanted on Blu-ray, this was always on it. But that's Roman Holiday.
Who put that out? What is the company?
It is Paramount. It's Paramount, but they're doing these releases where they're like...
It's like a deluxe Blu-ray.
Deluxe, yeah, where it's the poster.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, so I don't...
I mean, it seems like a Criterion title, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what prompted them to put this out now, but I'm glad they did. I mean, I love this film. This was one that we did when we did first time watch. Did you watch that?
I don't think I participated in that.
Gregory Peck plays a reporter. He goes to report on Aubrey Hepburn. Aubrey Hepburn, and
It's Audrey.
It is Audrey, who is
one of the classic American babes.
She's a princess, and they end up meeting and hanging out. She doesn't know who he is, and he doesn't know he knows who she is. She doesn't know he's a reporter. So they kind of go on this romp through Rome, and it's just kind of lovely. Just two charismatic people, I guess you could say, falling in love, despite their differences in backgrounds. And one of the last shots is fucking amazing when, I don't want to spoil it.
Don't spoil it. It's only been out 100 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Hopefully you check this out at some point since you didn't.
I want that. Like when that goes on sale, I'll probably grab that. I know that'll drop at some point.
Yeah, but yeah, happy to finally on Roman Holiday.
Very nice.
Watch now, they'll put it out on Criterion.
I'm sure.
Oh, this would be cool on Criterion.
Oh, missing the slipcover. You got it.
Yeah.
Kino Video? No.
Lorber.
Kino Lorber. Kino Classics is their line, I guess.
Yeah,
from Kino.
Yeah, they're like Arrow. They have a ton of different lines.
Yeah, I've wanted this for a while. This was on sale a few months ago. It dropped down to like $13 or $14, like that.
That's a decent price.
Love this movie. The Cabinets of Dr. Caligari, German Expressionism.
That's my Switch name.
Yeah, it is. Man, this is a masterpiece. I'm going to drop the M word.
Go
That's
for
what
it.
it is. Masterpiece of that time, and I mean, it holds up fantastic. I watched this for the first time, I don't know, maybe like 5 years now, and I'd always wanted to revisit it. Just wanted to get the Blu-ray, finally did, and
Incredibly influential.
So good. The set design is amazing. This is notorious for being one of, or if not the first major twist at the end of a motion picture, and I knew that was coming. Well, I didn't know. I knew there was going to be a twist, and I still didn't, put it all together until I saw it at the end. But, I know this type of stuff isn't for everyone. Not everyone wants to sit down and watch a 1920s, whatever, silent German film. But it's really good. Some creepy imagery. I mean, it is a horror film.
You can definitely tell it influenced Tim Burton's production design.
Oh, yeah.
The tone is very Robert Eggers-esque.
Yeah, it's just very, very kind of odd vibe. And the whole part when they're, like at the beginning when, I don't know, just watch it. I would highly recommend it. I don't want to spoil it because it's one of those you have to experience it. And you should. It's the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Happy to finally have this on Blu-ray.
All right, so Criterion had a flash sale. It was probably about a month ago, right?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe a few weeks.
Something like that. And I had purchased something that put me over the edge in their essentially you
rewards.
Yeah, you spend $50 or $500, you get a $50 gift certificate. So I thought I might as well just like jump on one of the box sets and try that. So I ended up getting this for $12. It is the America Lost and Found, the BBS story.
Okay.
I kept trying to figure out what the BBS stood for, but
what's the retail on that? What's the price?
Well, I think usually like during the sale or
yeah, I mean
like 60 or
okay.
But essentially, it's kind of a bunch of films that exhibit the revolution of like late 60s Hollywood.
Okay.
Films like Easy Rider and 5 Easy Pieces.
5 Easy Pieces, yeah.
Which is fantastic.
That's like early 70s, isn't it?
Yeah, well, late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, 5 Easy Pieces in 1970. Easy Rider was 69, so...
I love 5 Easy Pieces.
I do too.
That is a fantastic movie.
I love that one as well. But I was really excited that they had Last Picture Show on here. Peter Bogdanovich.
That's the Jeff Bridges?
Uh-huh.
I've always wanted to see that. Who else is it? Sybil Shepherd?
Sybil Shepherd, yeah. Ever since I saw Paper Moon, another Bogdanovich film, I've wanted to watch Last Picture Show. And I don't even know if there's a regular release of it. I think it's just in the set. But there's different things on here. Like there's Head, which is a film starring the Monkees.
Oh, weird.
So there's some bizarre things in here. A film directed by Jack Nicholson's in here. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the...
It's a cool set.
Yeah, that's kind of the my sweet spot as far as films that I like. I'm really into the 70s. That's, like, probably one of my favorite generations.
Do you own any of those standalone before you got the set?
I did own 5 Easy Pieces, so I'm going to sell that one. Yeah. But that was it. So
you sell that, it's going to be more than the $12 that you paid for that.
Exactly. So
it's a good pickup.
Yeah. So sometimes you may overpay, but sometimes you get a deal like this you can't pass up, and Yeah, it's a lovely set stacked with tons of special features.
Any like retailer, anywhere that you shop that offers rewards, you should sign up.
Oh, of
like
course.
if you frequently buy Criterion or whatever, and you can build points, it's a no-brainer, man. Because then
Yeah.
you can reward yourself. So
Definitely. And this is these are the fruits of that.
very cool. Okay, coming down to the end here, another error. Okay, coming to the end here.
Maybe if it was a Criterion, you could pronounce it.
We got an Arrow Video title. Love this movie. This was on sale too. I don't, with stuff like this, I gotta wait till it's at a point that I'm comfortable with. I can't spend $30 on these type of things, but for like 15, I like the movie enough. That is Creepshow 2.
Yeah.
Little anthology film. This is good. I'm not a big fan of The Hitchhiker, the final segment. It's not my favorite. I love the wooden Indian though, and the lake skit with the raft or whatever.
Skit.
The lake segment with the raft. Actually filmed close to us in Prescott, Arizona.
Yeah.
Just a good horror anthology. I haven't even cracked open into this Blu-ray yet, but I wanted to add it to the collection. Seems like there's a lot of good stuff on here. All sorts of interviews and behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of an essential horror title, I think. It's just a fun time. It's not something that you're going to be terrified watching. It's not like a scary sort of thing, but they're just fun horror segments, I guess.
Yeah, and
Creepshow.
the film obviously is great on its own, but when you can add some supplements and special features, it really adds to the whole package.
Yeah, really happy to have this one in the collection, Creepshow 2.
Speaking of special features and packages.
Oh, we can do a double on this one.
Yeah, actually we can finish off with
a double.
With doubles. I was really happy to see this get the Arrow treatment.
Me too.
I owned the film. I love the film, but I hadn't watched it in like 5 years. This
is sleek, by the way.
This is nice. It is Mallrats. Not only is the slipcover like maybe one of the best slipcovers.
It just looks good. Look at those colors and the pink and the text.
Well, it looks good, but then you look at the back.
Typo
alert. I would have never noticed it if you didn't point it out.
There's a little tagline at the front or on the top here on the back. They're not there to shop. They're not there to work. They're just there. Somebody screwed up at Arrow Video. There's a little typo.
But I wonder if maybe they'll fix it at some point, and this will be like special rare editions.
I guess. I mean, that's not enough for me to. Oh, I don't want this in my collection anymore. It's just kind of funny that
I love
because it is so pristine.
It's like looking at it makes me want to have sex with it.
It's one of those. It's one of those.
Tons and tons of special features.
I haven't even watched this yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Say what you want about Kevin Smith, but
well, what do you want to say about him?
He's kind of shit. He's made
bad movies.
He's made really bad movies, and if I'm honest, I think he's made more bad than good.
Right, but when you make a masterpiece like Clerks, I mean that should give you some. You could be a guy like Richard Kelly who directed Donnie Darko, and everything else is you don't even know about. Kevin has at least got some good ones thrown into the mix.
True.
This is a good movie.
It is, and that wasn't really my point. My point was you can say what you want about his filmography, but the guy cares about what he does. He cares about the films he makes, and he put a lot into this. I mean, this
is stacked. I really haven't even.
There's brand new introductions. There's brand new interviews. I think there's brand new commentaries. There's extended cuts. There's also a TV cut, which.
I've seen that.
Yeah, which has I think the selling point of that is that there's goofy ADR dialogue over the cuss words and.
Oh.
But if that's your thing, it gives you so many options. This is such a fun movie.
Fun hangout film.
Two
guys have just been dumped by their girlfriends. Hey, let's go to the mall and fuck around. That's what it is.
I was laughing. I watched it by myself because T really hates this movie. I bring it up a lot.
What the frick? Come on.
But, I mean, I was laughing out loud at so many parts. You
fucker! Joey Lauren Adams. You got Claire Forlani in it. Claire Forlani is so attractive.
Shannon Doherty. Yeah. Hopefully she does okay with her. What's going on with her nowadays?
Yeah, this has been something that, Kevin Smith, if something to criticize about him is he likes to announce, he likes to announce things before they come to be. he's been talking about a sequel to this for like years, and then it was going to be a TV series. Now, just recently, it's back to being a film. So hopefully they can get everyone on board. I gotta say, Ben Affleck in this film, hilarious. The asshole from a Fashionable Male.
Was this before Good Will Hunting? Or
I don't know. What year was Good Will Hunting?
1997 or 8.
I mean, it's got to be right around the same time.
When did this come out?
Yeah,
95?
Yeah,
this is before.
Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
And then last, this was a Amazon Day deal.
Yeah, Amazon Day.
That we both picked up. That is the Jurassic Park 25th Anniversary Collection.
Now, this is the first 4 films. It's missing the newest Jurassic World, but honestly, I don't
$20.
care. Yeah.
$20. Also very curious was the fact that the set that had all 5 films was $20 more.
Yeah.
And I already own the 5th one on 4K.
So you're telling me that one's worth $20? No way. That's not a good movie.
This is a set. How many fucking sets, Jurassic Park sets, are there?
Jurassic Park has kind of been beaten to death with home releases for sure. I mean, there's that original trilogy that was on Blu-ray, and then the new ones came out, and they started adding those, and I don't know. I don't think you can even get the original Jurassic Park on 4K here, like standalone. I think you have to buy one of these sets. The original Jurassic Park is one of my favorite films ever. I love that movie.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Personally, I think it's Spielberg's best. Like I said, one of my favorites, and I would have paid $20 for that by itself for just the first one. Not a big fan of The Lost World.
Don't like dinosaurs taking over the city?
Yeah, I mean, there's, I actually kind of like Jurassic Park 3, even though that's not a popular opinion. I think that one's kind of, I don't know, it's a good time. Sam Neill back in the reins.
Ooh.
Jurassic World, I remember going to see that the day it came out. I was so hyped for it. It was cool to finally see the park, that whole idea of finally, John Hammond's vision has come to life. And
I prefer John Hamm did it.
Yeah, it was, they should have made Jurassic World a few years earlier while Richard Attenborough was still kicking, man.
Yeah.
If he would have been in that movie, it would have been awesome. But Jurassic World's okay. Just happy to have this set. The first one alone is a total masterwork. So
yeah, I mean, Blu-ray.com says that the new transfer of the first one is not as good as it could be. Maybe that's true, but it does look better than the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I did put it in and check it out. But I'm sure as these films progress, they probably look better and better.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Jurassic World would look great on 4K. That is a very visual kind of
very
spectacle.
Visually stunning film.
I'll watch Bryce Dallas Howard run around in 4K. No problem.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would watch I kind of want to rewatch the Fallen Kingdom. There's a lot of stupid shit. Actually, most of it's probably stupid.
The first 20 minutes or so on the island, when the island kind of...
Disaster movie, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, there's a shot. Whatever, it's a spoiler, but you see the first dinosaur that you ever see in Jurassic Park, the Brachiosaurus or whatever it is. It's really sad because it's like a shot of him succumbing to the flames on the island.
Yeah, it's like his silhouette in the volcano smoke.
They should have just done a 20-minute film and ended it right there, and it would have been way better.
That's true. Because after that, it gets really stupid.
Yeah, and then the next one coming out has got everyone back. Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum.
Well, I hope dinosaurs are running through Las Vegas. That would be cool.
If they make it like a Planet of the Apes sort of approach, I guess,
that would be awesome.
I mean, not that they're talking or anything, but kind of that sort of vibe where it's not so goofy, I guess, but I don't know. Jurassic Park is... I love that film. That first film means a lot to me. So.
Yeah, I mean, it might crack my top 10 Spielberg list, but...
What? Yeah, move over, fucking warhorse, all right?
Ooh!
Give me a break.
Ooh!
Masterpiece. All right, guys, that does it. Another Blu-ray update in the books. Let us know what you think about any of these pickups. Probably our longest Blu-ray update, I would say.
Probably some of our nicest stuff too.
Yeah, we're gonna have another one coming with some of the Black Friday pickups that have already started rolling in for us. I mean, it's not technically Black Friday, but some of the deals have already kind of been popping up. So.
Yeah, and we don't know if we're gonna go out. I think we're gonna stick to just.
Yeah, it might just be an online haul, and then we kind of show you what we got in one of these videos. So let us know what you think about any of our pickups. Let us know some of the stuff you've been picking up or any good deals that we might have missed. Send them our way. I love hearing from you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.